Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. That's terrible. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Hey guys, happy Saturday, and I hope everybody is having a great day. And remember, in a world where you can be anything, be the shit. I would be a combination of Moira and David Rose, that is. Okay, so I hope everybody, first of all, is having a great weekend. It is Saturday. It is a little bit before 5 o'clock. I'm going to film this, and then I'm going to go and get my hair done. Tony, I will see you in a little bit. I'm getting this all, woo, it looks like a bird flapped around in there. Anyways, I'm getting my hair colored. So we're going to have some new fun fashion colors. I'm downstairs in my underground layer. In case you didn't notice, this is what it should look like. However, this is what it's going to look like because one of my many tripods that I have is broken. So rather than placing it down here, I just do this. Okay. So, you might be thinking, Debbie, let's get on with this. What exactly are you going to talk about? Well, I was going through some of my comments today, and I noticed that on my last video regarding the John Paul Miller and Micah Miller true crime story that's happening right now in South Carolina, I had gotten a very nice comment from, I am going to mispronounce this, but from a lovely viewer of mine, subscriber of mine, whose name is, I'm gonna mispronounce this. It's Eionnah. I want to say Iona. If I'm mispronouncing that, I am so sorry. But she left a very nice message. Thank you so very much for the message. I'm going to reply to you. But she had said that she would like an update. And listen, I am more than welcome to oblige you with an update because, as it so happens, I have been falling deeper down the rabbit hole every single day with updates that have come out. So the last time I told you about exactly what happened, that Micah Miller was married to John Paul Miller, and he is a pastor at Solid Rock Church in South Carolina, in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. His wife, Micah Miller, had filed for divorce and a no contact order. 2 days later, she ends up being found unalived, by her own hand, apparently. And he gets out there and he announces in church, very oddly, that this is what happened. Okay, so more, and I said this seems kind of odd. So more has come out. So she was found in a park in Robeson County in North Carolina. The Robeson County Sheriff's Department released the 911 call. It was chilling. Now, a lot of people were like, I don't think she made the call because she was very calm. But I was like, I don't think that would be a reason to be like, no, she didn't make that, because I feel like if you're going to do that, then you are calm because your mind's made up. That's just it. But here's the thing. She called. First of all, she asked, can you tell where I'm calling from? They found out where she was calling from. And then she said she's calling because, and she said what she's going to do, and she wants her family to be able to find her. Okay. And then the phone call disconnects. The thing that I don't understand about this, if you're going to do this and you want your family to find you, is that a spider? Shit, it is. Hold on a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. Okay, so there was a spider up there, and it wasn't a large one. It wasn't like a big one, but it was like a kind of like a daddy long leg a little bit. So I had to have Dolly. Dolly was downstairs and I had to have her kill it. So there we go. Where were we at? Okay, so she called and she said that, listen, here's where you can, I'm calling because I'm going to do this and I want my family to be able to find me. Okay, so my thought was like, why, if you want your family to find you, why are you going to drive to another state? Apparently she had went onto Google to look for state parks near me and went there. And then when they find out where her body was found, so she parked her car. Meanwhile, the city that she went to is known around the area for being not a safe area at all. So she goes to another state, she parks her car, she walks like 20 minutes into an area that is restricted. And in order to get to where her body was found, she had to walk through like waist deep water. That doesn't sound, I don't know. That doesn't seem right to me. People were saying they think maybe that what if the telephone call to 911 was AI? A lot of people were saying, well, it can't be. Then it was found out that J.P. Miller's attorney is an expert in AI. So it's not so unplausible that maybe there's a chance. Also, his attorney owns land. Where does he own land? Well, he owns land right by the state park where she was found. And his property kind of butts right up into the river where she was found. And he told his like, groundskeeper to go out there and make sure that that area is cleared out. Another thing, there was video that was released of her in the pawn shop. Allegedly, she went in and she bought a pew pew because she was going to do this. My question is, number one, he had her involuntarily committed for a psychiatric stay. And I'm just wondering, like, how it took so little time for her to get a pew pew, to get a pew pew. We're gonna say pew pew because I don't know if YouTube likes the other word. It didn't take her long at all to get this. It looked like it was under a half an hour to get this. Also, people were saying she was kind of low on cash. If that was the case, where is she getting the money for this? So her family, and I had thought, well, what if she wasn't buying it for that? What if she was buying this for protection? Because apparently she had filed a restraining order against him. He was following her. He was following her, and he put a tracking device on her car. He also slashed her tires. So I was thinking maybe this was for protection. And then her family comes out and says she was buying a gun for protection. People were saying that maybe it wasn't her because they didn't see tattoos that were on her hands. I don't think that's the case. I think it was her. So she buys the gun, she gets in her car, she drives to a gas station and gets gas and snacks. And also when her car is found, there is like a sandwich that's already made because apparently she was, I guess, dressed to go to work. When I heard this, I was like, well, wait a minute. If you're going to do this to yourself, you're going to pack a lunch and then you're going to get snacks? Like, and somebody had said that it wasn't snacks, it was like a Gatorade or something like that. Once again, though, if you are planning on doing this, why are you bringing a lunch? And why are you getting Gatorade? I mean, it doesn't make any sense just at all. There was also a fisherman that came out and said that he was in the area, he was in the state park when this happened. He heard crying, and then he heard a gunshot, and then the crying stopped. They had said that when her body was found, it was 130 feet away from the weapon. And the fisherman had seen a boat come out of that area, and he goes in. The thing that gets me about him though is he saw like her wallet and her purse, and he just took it, but he didn't see her body. I don't know. Something's odd, and something is off too with that fisherman. Like, why are you just gonna take her stuff? That doesn't make any sense. So here, after the fact, this happens, and conveniently, listen, no matter what I listen to, people are saying up and down all over the place that JP Miller was putting out there well beforehand, before this happened, that his wife had mental health issues all over town. He was talking about how she had mental health issues. I had heard that after this had happened, he was really pushing hard for this divorce to be settled because he wanted to get her cremated as soon as possible. Like, he was pushing to get cremation. Why? Now listen, he did let the family, she was cremated. Before she was cremated, he did let her family go in and see her body. Luckily, and thank God, her father took pictures, because he had seen that on her, like here and on her arm, there were defensive wounds, or like scrapes and scratches and wounds that you would get from fighting back. And there wasn't just, there was like a live casing. There was a bullet. There was like a bullet that was shot at a tree. So, and there was no autopsy done, and they did not check her hand for gun residue. They very quickly, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, boy, they came out pretty quickly about this. I mean, they immediately come out right afterwards and are like, well, that's done. It was probably because of the 911 call that I'm going to tell you, I either think that 911 call was either AI or she was being forced to make that call. I just don't buy it. Her friends and her family are saying that she was looking forward to the future. She made plans to get a haircut. She was getting help paying off her car, like her car payments. Who does that? If you're planning on doing that, you're going to get your car paid off? You're going to make a sandwich? You're going to stop off and get some Gatorade? You're going to plan to get your haircut in the future? Why? That doesn't, and everybody that she works with too was like, she was due to work that day, and she was not the type of person that would just not show up for a shift. She would absolutely be there. She would just not knock off. If she wasn't going to make it, she would call in and be like, I can't make it. She wasn't that type of person. So I think it's all too convenient. Plus, Robeson County, remember I had said they acted pretty quickly to get this news out. Robeson County, from what I understand, has quite a few, quite a reputation. Their sheriff's department was investigated. I believe I had heard for like the worst fraud ever in state history. I mean, that's South Carolina. That's South Carolina. When I say that's South Carolina, I mean, that's the state where Murdaugh comes from. So that's saying a lot. Another woman I had watched on TikTok, she had said that they're definitely hiding something, because if you are a woman in Robeson County, you are not, and something happens to you, they're gonna muff the investigation. She had given an example of another woman who at the time, I think she said was 21 years old, had gone missing, turned up, and they claimed that that the woman had unalived herself. The reason why this woman was like that, it's impossible, there's no way she did it, was because the woman had no hands. So I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. However, even I know that you're going to need these to fire a gun. You know? I'm just saying. It's all very suspicious. The FBI has gotten involved, not for a murder investigation, but because they're investigating, I believe, their mission to Haiti, like their mission organization that they have. Also, you might be wondering, like, hey, is JP, is he a person of interest? Apparently he's not, because they said that at the time when this happened, allegedly, JP Miller was out of state with a female at a sporting event. They said that they saw his truck. Now, sure, you can see the truck. Was he driving it? And his father even came out and was like, he wasn't with a woman, kind of maybe blowing holes in it. Now, am I going to say, way to go, father? No, because the father is, let's just say, the son gets being a jerk, honestly, from his father, because his father, from what I read, allegedly had a fondness for youngsters, just as JP Miller did, because JP Miller, his first wife, who looks remarkably like a spitting image of his second wife, Mica. JP had met Mica when she was at the church. She was 14. She was his babysitter. So she ends up marrying his best friend. And guess who performs the ceremony? That's right, Pastor Red Flag JP Miller. JP, Jesus please. That's his, instead of, because somebody on TikTok calls him Pastor Red Flags, I'm calling Jesus please. So yeah, and from what it sounds like, the first wife, from what the first wife says, he's a piece of shit, because she filed for divorce, I guess, because she thought he was having an affair. He was cheating on her, but she didn't want to, allegedly, I think I had heard that someone had said she didn't want to put it out there that he had these predilections towards much younger women, because she didn't want him to like lose his church. Fuck that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Fuck that. You have a fondness for young girls. Get the fuck out of the church. I'm just saying. All they did when they found out that he liked young girls was they were like, let's get you some counseling. No. Let's tie a giant millstone around your neck, throw you in an ocean. You hurt some kids, or you hurt some animals. Go, boom, there you go. So yeah, that's what is going on. And also, apparently, she had kept like a binder of all of the shit some sick shit that he did to her, or he made her do. So, and I had heard that he actually tried to break into her apartment. Like, he was hanging around, and the landlord was like, "What are you doing hanging around here? Get the hell." They found him trying to break in because he was trying to get this. He was trying to get this information, this binder. Listen, do I believe, am I saying that he did it? Here's what I'm saying. I don't believe for a second that she did this to herself. I don't. And if it is proven that she did, then he is still complicit in this, because how he treated her drove her to this. If she did, I don't think she did. I absolutely 100% do not, 150 million percent do not believe that she did this. No, I absolutely don't. And am I saying he did it? It's either that or he had somebody do it. She didn't do this, I'm telling you. So, in the comment, listen, I know it was rambling. It was a lot. There was no like clear timeline, but that's everything that I have heard. No, that's everything I've heard. If you've heard anything else, put it in the comments. And that being said, I gotta skedaddle for my appointment to get my hair done. If nobody told you yet today, I love you. Your love seen and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity, and understanding out there so it comes right back at you. Please take care of one another. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow, and have a great evening. I love you guys. Bye, guys. Ooh, watch him.